Good morning. Why is my microphone crooked? I'm not gonna think about it. All of a sudden things are just not doing the thing that I want them to do. I feel like I have to like Notre Dame this. It's fine. Whatever. Hello. It's me again. It's the morning. It is 10:41 a.m. I have been waking up. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been waking up at like 12, or like at least like being able to get up at like 12. And it's just like I feel so unproductive because half of my day is just gone. But today I woke up at 9:30, if you can believe it, because I can't believe it. Um, and I was like, oh my god, it's only 9:30. The possibilities that I could manage to do. And this is one of those possibilities, actually filming this on time. It's so funny. Um, the weather is absolutely fucking abysmal. I am so sad. It's raining every day and it's just windy and it's so cold. I went out with my boyfriend for dinner recently. It was so cold. I think I was like on the verge of tears. That's how much pain I was in. I was on the verge of tears. I was like, I'm going to start sobbing any minute now. I can't handle the cold. I can't handle the heat. I just can't handle um like very intense temperatures. My body's like, what the fuck is going on? My temperature regulation is iffy at best. And I don't know what's going on, but I feel that there's something in my throat. Residual sickness. I don't know what it is, but I do not enjoy it. I There's just so many things going on, and I still have one more exam, and I have so much work to like. There's just not the vibe today, but we will power through because today's gonna be a very fun. I think it's gonna be a fun podcast episode. I mean, it's always fun with me, but like I think this one's gonna be pretty okay. Even though I'm gonna be very like mellow. It's 10:41. Give me a break. Um, I'm not gonna be as energetic, and my eyes are probably gonna be like this because I'm trying not to fall asleep. But it's still gonna be a very fun podcast episode. I did my makeup for you. Be happy because I could have just genuinely sat here with nothing done, and you would have seen something that would cause definite trauma in your future. Okay. Oh, sleeping on my couch. That's really funny. Um, ooh, oh, oh. Okay, sleeping on my couch. I have a couch in my room because I have a bunk bed, as you can see the stairs. I hate this bed. I really want it to go away, out of my life. I'm done with it. Pack up your things and go. We're breaking up. We are actually because I am getting a new bed, and this bed is out of my room. He doesn't even pay rent. Doesn't even pay rent, and it has the audacity to make me hit my head against the ceiling every fucking day. So I'm getting this bed out, and I'm getting a new bed. But I also had, because of this, I have space for a couch in my room, which I will not. But I won't need the couch anymore. The whole reason for the couch is that I'm too lazy to go up the stairs, the literal ladder, to my bed. So I fall asleep on the couch. But I did that recently. And guys, it was a very good experience. I'm not gonna lie right now. It's like you feel kind of like you don't feel very, it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel as fancy as being in your own bed, like a random couch in your room that you don't know where the mattress has been. But I didn't care at that moment. I really did not care. I was incredibly tired and I had to wait for my like sheets to get dry and they weren't dry yet and it was like 12 a.m. like 12 at night, midnight. And I was just like I'm not about to wait for this. So I fell asleep. Wow, that was some good sleep. That was some good sleep. Not gonna lie. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, no, this is interesting. My boyfriend came over, right? We had dinner, as I said before. And it's so weird how, like, when you don't see somebody, all of a sudden they just feel so unreal to you. You're just like, I don't remember. Your face belongs on my phone. It belongs on the Snapchat screen. I don't know what you're doing here with all your realism, but we were living in the metaverse for a little bit, and now I'm kind of confused. That's how I felt. But then after a while, you get used to them, and then that's when they leave, which is so funny. Um, it's so annoying. It's really annoying, but like I think I've gotten used to it. When I made my homesickness episode, I was not in the vibe. I was definitely not used to it. I was going through a lot with like people leaving, but now I'm like very much I know what to expect. If I feel bad, like I know how I'm going to feel. So that definitely helps, and like at this point I'm so busy with exams that I just can't physically think about anything else. So that's a good distraction. You guys, this is gonna be a topic of love, a topic of devotion. Like, no offense, boyfriend, but I'm devoted to this product. I bought some truffle wine vinegar from the store, and I was like, truffle and vinegar? Like, I'm not a vinegar girl. I can put like a tablespoon of balsamic in my salad and call it a day. But anything more than that, the smell, ugh, I do not like. I'm not a big fan of vinegar. But I love truffle. I am obsessed. I'm so obsessed with truffle. There's nothing more delicious in my mind. Like every time there's something with truffle on the menu, you bet I am ordering it. Fries with truffle mayo, truffle pizza, truffle pasta, anything with truffle, you bet your ass I'm getting it. So I got it. I bought the truffle wine vinegar, and I opened that bottle and I was expecting not what I had. I opened it, I smelled it, and it was literally the most delicious smell. It was pure truffle. And I hit the jackpot. I was like, I'm so happy I spent money on this. It hurt spending money on this because I wasn't sure if I would like it, but damn, I was so happy. I literally put it on everything. Every time I bake meat or fish or potatoes or vegetables, I am sprinkling this all over. This is going on every single item. The only thing it doesn't go with is bread. I tried to make a toasty on the pan, and I was like, what if I just like sprinkle the pan with the truffle wine vinegar? No, because that's not how it works, because the bread soaks up the vinegar and it literally tastes like vinegar and you don't have any of the truffle. So don't do as I did. But maybe with some fried eggs, that would be really good. Fried eggs with some truffle vinegar. I'm still experimenting. But the point is, if you ever see truffle wine vinegar and you're a truffle lover like me, a truffle enthusiast, you will love it. I really do think so. It's a very mild taste, but gosh darn, the smell. You can't get over the smell. Today, let's get into the topic. Today we are going to be talking about getting a job. Um, I had a job when I was 15. I was paid very bad. I was paid incredibly bad. I was paid like there was no way I could sustain even I don't even know what I would have been able to sustain. I couldn't sustain a week of groceries with the amount of money I was getting at this place. But I got the job because I just wanted job experience. The experience entailed very little, but it was something. And then I quit very quickly because Corona, but not only because of that, but also because I just did not like working. I realized I did not like I thought I didn't like working. I thought I was not a working girl. I thought I was not a girl boss. I was like, I don't like that whole vibe of working. I'm just not gonna do it. So I was very actually pretty happy that the whole situation happened during 2021. And then I came here and I was like, I should probably get a job. Because I was just like, I am happy and grateful enough to have my parents help me out a little bit. Um, but I still wanted to feel more independent and to feel like I'm making my own monies. So I was like, well, I have to go to work. And I was thinking waitressing at first because I was like, I mean, that's every place needs a waitress or somebody to work in their restaurant. Like, there's always somebody looking for people to hire. And I knew the language of this country. I don't know why I keep like hiding my identity, but anonymity is very important sometimes. Maybe one day I'll be up front. But I know the language that this country speaks. Wink, wink. You can probably guess where I am, but I don't really care. Um, so that was definitely an advantage because most of the people here are international. So there's a lot of English, only English speaking people, and they don't really speak the home language of here, the native language. So that was definitely a plus for me. So I was looking for jobs, and one of the girls from my work, she was like, "Hey, I work here. It's actually pretty great. Maybe you can, come join us." And I was like, "Okay." So I had this like whole ass fancy interview in this fancy ass like um office, and I got the job, and I was like, "No fucking way." And basically, it's like a job where you have different types of things that you can do. It could be waitressing, it could be catering, it could be promoting, it could be whatever the hell you want to do. And I like their pay, I like the team, and I was super happy to be there. And it's been really good so far, I'm not gonna lie. And I realized that it's not about not liking a job. I just didn't like working at a grocery store because that's where I worked before. I just didn't like working at a grocery store, and I think I was like really insecure at the time because I was 15 and I had acne and I had all this like existential crisis. So I didn't like to be out at all. So being in a grocery store full of people was just not the vibe for me. But now it's like totally it. I love catering. I don't know what it is about it, but it just tickles my brain in the right spot. What I want to talk about what I've like learned and noticed from having a job because for example, like my boyfriend has had a job since he was 13. Like he's always worked. So for him it's like, a normal thing. He knows what to expect. And even if he does it, he knows how to adapt, and it's just like a normal thing. But for me, having a job was kind of stressful because I was like, "Oh my God, what am I supposed to expect? Am I going to hate this? Am I going to quit in a month?" Like I didn't want to quit in a month because I want to be able to commit and to persevere even though I'm scared, even though stuff doesn't go completely right sometimes. But what I've learned is this is a great moment for social skills and meeting new people. You have this whole team of people, and there's girls and boys, but it's a lot of girls mostly. And it's just, some of them you like, some of them you don't like. I mean, they're people, like, you won't get along with everyone. But it's just so nice, like, meeting new girls and talking to them and getting to know new people and maybe even going out with them, like, creating friendships and feeling a little more at home in the city because I felt like I was a little bit not social here, and getting this job was super nice because when you do a job with a coworker, you always have somebody to talk to, always have somebody to bond with, and if you see them multiple times during different jobs, like you get to know them more, and it's so much fun, and you get to like look forward to it. And it definitely ups your social skills, like being able to meet new people all the time and being able to like work with them, at least like respect them enough to like be able to work with them even if you don't like them. You still have to be able to communicate well because this is a job. It's not like high school, you know what I'm saying? You have to carry out a service, and you're getting paid, so you have to do it well. It's also a chance to improve my speaking skills in in this language. I've been here for like 12 years, you know what I'm saying? But like still I've been in only international schools, so I've only spoken English. So the native language, I know it, but I don't know it as well as I do English, of course, or even as I do Bulgarian. So it's a great opportunity for me to like really know how to speak it well. And I definitely see an improvement, which is really fun. And nobody really notices that I am a mainly English speaker, so that's really nice. It just makes you feel more confident in the language. It makes you feel more confident as a citizen. Makes you feel more confident in general that you know how to handle social interactions really good. And you learn about the service industry, the catering, waitressing industry. You learn about the way that you have to talk to people when you're a waitress, because it's not the same as like having a normal conversation with somebody. You could like twisted as that, but it's very much marketing skills. You have to be able to like make an aura that's really nice, like a little vibe that's good so that they come back, and also offer them a lot of things so that, you know, they get more stuff from the place. And it's just a lot of adaptation skills as well, confrontation skills. Like, people are not going to be happy all the time, and sometimes people are just bitchy. Sometimes people are really mean to people in this industry, and you have to be able to be patient, deal with it, know your boundaries, and know what to do in those types of situations. Be able to have contact with your manager or the person that's looking out for everybody, and know how to, like, what is what am I supposed to do in this situation? What is the best thing to do in this situation? And I guess it also makes me get over fears of talking to customers or clients, because I definitely had like a big fear of like being judged, or like somebody sparking up a conversation with me and I'm just like, I don't know how to be funny and witty. But now it's much better because I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna be myself. I mean, I'm carrying out the job I'm supposed to be carrying out. This talk is important because you want the person to be happy where they are, but it's also not like the main thing. It's okay to make mistakes, and it definitely gets your fear over of they're just normal people. They might be your clients, they might be people you have to take care of, they have to be, you know, they have to be happy, but they're still human beings. And just as I would talk to a colleague or my boss or another human being, a classmate, they're the same amount of human as those people. So why would I be so terrified of like talking to them or just being normal with them and treating them like I treat other people? And it's a very professional environment. Obviously, it's a professional environment. You're at work, but I mean, this job is like, they do pride themselves off of how they conduct themselves, how professional they are, how they dress, how they look, how they act. It's definitely like you have to know etiquette, proper etiquette for these types of things. So it definitely taught me a lot about professionalism, how to conduct myself in a professional way, and taking responsibility and accountability for my actions, thinking about all the different things I could be thinking of, which I quite like because I am a person who pays attention to detail. And I feel like this job is very much detail oriented, and it feels really good when I can, you know, pick out details and my boss is like, wow, good job. And I'm like, good job. I love affirmation and validation that I'm doing this right. Obviously, it makes me feel super independent. Like, being able to make my own money and being able to do what I want with that money, what I need to do with that money. What I've been thinking is putting my money in savings, because I'm realizing the importance of a savings account, because sometimes you just have expenses that you suddenly need to pay. Let's say I just recently lost my bike and I need to get a new bike. If I didn't start saving, or if I didn't have things in my savings, I wouldn't have any money to buy a new bike with. Then I wouldn't have been able to buy a new bike. So it's things like that that, like, you have to be mindful of, like, your savings and what you use your money on, because obviously you can treat yourself, but it's not something that you should be doing incredibly often, or every time you get paid, you go out and you go to H&M and you make some business happen in there, like up their sales. You know, you have to be very critical of what you choose to spend your money on, and that also makes me feel more like responsible and independent, because I'm just like, okay, what is an absolute must, and if I do not have an absolute must, then I can do like half, 80-20, something like that. Put 20% into my normal account and then put 80% into my savings account, because I still have to pay taxes, because, well, for a limited time only, but, you know, you have to be able to calculate your taxes, how much tax you're supposed to pay and everything like that. So you don't want to just waste all your money all at once, because then the tax office is like, okay, time for your taxes, and you're just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Not a good look. Not a good look. I... Ooh. okay, my job is really flexible. You get to choose your hours, you get to choose your jobs, and you get to choose a lot of things. The thing is with that is you have to learn how to be really responsible and accountable with that, because you can just choose not to work. And what's the point then? What's the point of getting this job? Somebody else could have gotten this job and worked way more than you. Like, you still, it forces you kind of to motivate yourself and be responsible over your own hours. And it's kind of funny because, like, I enjoy putting in more hours. Like, whenever I'm free, I'm just like, oh, let me see if there's a job on that date, and like I sign up for it. And a lot of people are like, why would you do that? I'm like, yeah, I work at least once a week. And they're just like, what do you mean? And I'm like, hello? You could do so much. You could do so much. Like, I get exam season, I work definitely less, but like next semester I have Monday and Friday free. I have a 4-day weekend. That's so much time to work and to see friends. Like, you could do so much. And I immediately always think of like, oh, I can work, because I enjoy my work. And it's also like, well, you're making money. Why would you just sit in your bed and not do anything, or like just do something different, or spend money rather than make some money? And obviously there should be a balance for sure. Do not overwork yourself and burn out and everything. But it's also like, well, if you could realistically, like, it's not like you're burned out or you feel bad or something like that. Like, you could very well. Oh my god, what is going on? You could very well, um but like, you don't. And I don't know. I mean, I guess it's up to the person, but sometimes I feel like a lot of people take it for granted. The job that I have, like my colleagues, I see some colleagues and I feel like some of them take it for granted. Maybe they don't, but like the type of outlook they have on it is like, oh, yeah, I just work sometimes and like whatever. And I'm just like, you could be doing so much more. This is such a great opportunity. Or like, they're not trying well to be professional, and I'm just like, you could be doing so much. Yet this, like, you're doing the bare minimum, and I understand, like, it's not that difficult. It's very difficult to get fired. But like, try a little more. Like, this could actually teach you so much if you would have just tried, in my opinion. I guess it also makes me less afraid to make mistakes. Like, if I do something wrong, I feel like a lot of the ways my bosses think is super chill most of the time. They're just like, yeah, people make mistakes. Like, it's chill. Like, don't worry about it. Just try not to make it again and stuff like that. So it definitely makes you feel like, okay, even if I make a mistake, I should still try my best, because with mistakes you learn. And then the next time you know how to do it better, the next time you know what not to do, that's for sure. So it definitely made me feel like I'm not afraid of failure. And it makes me feel like super productive member of society, because you're just doing something for a community. You're either catering a party or a Christmas event or some other event, or you're just doing something that actually makes a difference to somebody or to some company. And or like, you're entertaining guests, which is really fun, just making them feel good, serving their dinner, serving their food. It makes you feel like you're actually being valued in the world, or like you're doing something of value and productivity, and kind of like filling up your time, your free time. And I really enjoy that feeling for sure. And I can figure out what I like and what I don't like. That's what I'm really happy with my job, is like, there's so many options, and you can do one thing and you're like, I'm definitely never doing that again. And then you can do another and you're like, actually, that wasn't that bad. I'm probably gonna go with them again. So it's definitely really fun, and it gives you like an outlook on, if I were ever to leave this job, let's say, at one point I have to, and I have to get another job. Like, these are my options that I like the most, and maybe I can do something with this, and maybe it unlocks like this new thing that you never thought of doing, like opening your own catering service. Like, who knows? It's very, very nice. Or like marketing and stuff like that. Like, you never know until you try, and I really like that they give you the chance to try. Oh, being able to commit to things. Sometimes I sign up for a shift, and the day before I'm like, oh no. Most of the time that's what happens. I'm just like, I don't want to go. I want to sleep in my bed. But commitment, you learn commitment, you learn to motivate yourself, you learn self-discipline, and you learn like, okay, I don't really want to do this, but I kind of have to. And I think I'm getting better at it for sure. I just get up from work and go. And I don't even have the nervousness anymore. I used to feel really nervous with work. Like before a shift, I'd be like, oh my God, what if I fuck it all up? And then I go and it's completely fine. So now I feel way more comfortable going to my jobs. And I don't really feel that discomfort or like that nervousness. Sometimes I have nervousness with new jobs. I think that's perfectly normal. But when I go to a place that I can kind of expect what I'm doing, it's definitely much better and it feels much better. So I'm happy that I've gotten over that. And I think it really highlights the importance of having like a good team and colleagues to make life a little bit better, because some shifts tend to be not fun at all. And you just have to deal with it, but it's good to have somebody by your side. Like last shift, I was supposed to do something outside with another girl, and we were in like pairs. And thank God she was fun, because we were walking circles for like 7 hours just talking, because it was like not that much work. And just talking, and we like walked 30,000 steps, and I was just like, I'm in so much pain. I was in so much pain for like 2 days afterwards, but it was like the only thing we could do. But it was nice because she was great, and I felt like, okay, this is fine. Like I can do this because she's there. So it definitely works. But yeah, I feel like it's a good distraction overall from exam stress and homesickness and boredom and loneliness. And it's a good way to make some money. Like, if I want to travel somewhere, I can do that now because I've made my own money. And I feel like it feels so much better to put it into something like a travel weekend or something when you know you've made the money and you're just like, I've worked so hard for this, I'm going to make the most out of it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I really recommend everybody getting a job, not only because of this economic crisis at the moment, but also because it's just a great learning experience and it makes you feel productive. It makes me feel productive and it makes you learn a lot for sure. So, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I hope you do not hear my computer fighting for its life. And also, I wish you a wonderful day, or morning, or night, whenever you're listening to this. And I love you very much, and I'm very, very happy that you've decided to join me on another episode. And I'll see you next week. Bye.